biteva ita shaweo. Umesikia hiyo?
Auf Wiederhören.
Ya.
No, tuwaambie na Kijerumani. Aya. Angalia hapa. Sema Auf Wiederhören.
Auf Wiederhören.
Tschüss.
Tschüss.
Si choose ya si o.
Tschüss.
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 Kaulini hivi.
Aje?
Tschüss.
Tschüss. Mtalimaliza jameni. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of This Is Wakemani podcast. Remember, this is where unasikia stories zote ambazo unatamani kusikia kwa maisha. You get to meet the guests wenye unaweza tamani kuona kwa maisha, and you also get to learn, to enjoy and see what is happening around you. So popote ulipo nyumbani, we just want you to continue subscribing, continue commenting and hit the notification button so that anytime we upload a video, you can be able to access it. First and foremost, I want to thank our sponsors, the Status Studios, for making us be able to be here on this set on this very day, looking amazing. Secondly, I want to acknowledge the presence of our sponsor mwenye ameamua leo ni kai vizuri hivi, na kama unataka kukaa na mtu mwenye akona status, be able to go pale IG na utapata mtu anaitwa Rajab Karume. That is the guy who has been able to ensure that I am looking this amazing. So, kabla nianze nataka niwaambie that leo our show is not going to be like any other show venye waga tume expect venye tunaonaga, but today our show is filled with so much sijui niseme flowery. Today we are flowery because we are hosting our first female guest. I'm so excited that leo it is only about beauty and brains. So wherever you are, brace yourselves for impact, because right about now I want to welcome Dr. Ekrah NDUNG'U, the CEO of German Institute of Professional Studies, and again she's the chairperson of KNAPCO. Daktari, karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Welcome so much. KNAPCO inamaanisha nini by the way?
KNAPCO is Kenya National Association of Private Colleges.
Kenya, all the private colleges.
All the private TVETs in
When do unasimamia? How do you get to be this young and at that point of your status? It's a very big status.
It is a big status, but of course we receive leadership with humility.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So tell us, who is Dr. Ekrah NDUNG'U?
Dr. Ekrah NDUNG'U is a lady from this side of Africa, East Africa, from Kenya. And from this side of where our ladies are feared.
Yeah?
Yes.
Nyeri.
You see now, the stereotype.
No.
But I didn't even say where I come from. Why are you assuming it's Nyeri?
Not unless it is Kondele. No, Kondele also women are very feared. Wanaogopwa sana.
But my home tough neighbor is the late Professor Wangari Maathai.
Oh.
Yes.
Where is that? Ambia wenye wajui.
Because you know, I'm just struggling with humility. Actually, village yao iko mbali sana. Yeah, it is about three villages from my village. I come from a place called Mahiga, Gituge, Othaya. I have to mention Othaya because of the late President Kibaki. Anyway, he has been my MP. No, ni vizuri ujue.
Ndio napenda sana kusikia hivyo, because I now nashikanisha dots of how you can be the chairperson of KNAPCO, because it is brains. Kibaki alikuwa na akili sana.
Tuko na akili sana Othaya.
Labda watu walikuwa lazima wasome mle.
Othaya tuko na akili.
Hapo hiyo ni mzuri sana. So anyway, thank you for coming for our show.
Yeah.
Today tumekuita hapa hivi so that we can be able to be inspired. And one thing I saw on your biography is that you are a person who has won so many awards.
Yes.
So many awards.
Yes.
I would just want the people when you're home saizi and they are maybe wanaweza kuwa na struggle na education na wanaweza tamani kufika a certain point in life. What would you want to tell them today?
I think I would love to encourage especially the young people as a youth mentor.
Yes.
To go and learn every day. Make sure every day is a learning day until you get the signboard yenye inasema no school ahead.
Which chances are?
Chances are there is no such a signpost. Because even right now I'm still in school.
Yeah.
Next week I'll be graduating again. with an executive MBA.
Yeah. Unajua aya twende basi pole sasa.
Yes.
Twende pole tuanze na masomo.
Yes.
Aya ukamaliza form 4. Ukajoin?
Nikajoin Ekrahs. Wewe waacha unatafuta alliance kwa hiyo nini? Na kuonea 18.
Ulisomea Ekrahs?
Yes.
Aya sawa ukafika form 4.
Extra county school. I am proud of my high school. I actually sit in the board as a way of giving back to the community of my school.
Oh.
Yes, I am a board member and a member of the education committee to inspire the girls wasome vizuri.
Hiyo ni mzuri sana.
Nimekukumbusha ujairudi high school yako.
Unajua high school yangu nikikwambia wale watu jameni, wale watu pale high school. Unajua kwanza nilisomea wapi? Unaona zile zenye unapanga una travel next week but one. Si ati unaweza toka na uende kama venye unaweza enda Nyeri kama Othaya. Othaya unajua unaweza toka hapa na uende Othaya na urudi. Sisi ni watu wa Kakamega huko ndani.
That is if you're a boring traveler.
Yeah.
Because you should go enjoying your journey. Una stop along the way. Yeah. You enjoy, you get to know. You know in Africa you don't know how to enjoy travels. Ati unaenda tu focused to where you're going.
Sasa tumeambiwa tunaenda kusoma. Sasa unajua lazima utoke usiku ndio ufike asubuhi uanze na watu wengine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it was. So, I would want to understand from Ngaru Girls, ka join which campus?
Nikaenda Kenya Methodist University.
Yeah. Hapo ndio ukasomea
business management, nikafanya degree in entrepreneurship.
Degree in entrepreneurship.
Yes. Nikamaliza.
Ukaanza
strategic management. Nikatoka hapo nikafanya leadership and management. Nikamaliza.
Ukaanza
nikafanya Doctor of Philosophy in Education. Nikamaliza.
Then
during COVID, when everybody was on Netflix, I did 8 different courses. That's how I became a coach.
Okay.
Yes.
Sasa tuko hapa kwa kumaliza hii doctorate.
Yes.
Ukaanza 8 different courses.
Yes.
Which one and which one and which one?
Emotional intelligence coaching, confidence coaching, life coaching, so many of them.
Sisi kitu yenyewe
transformational leadership. Yes.
Dr. Ekrah umesoma.
Yes.
And in that same situation ukaenda ukajipata that you've been able, I've seen that you've been able to get so many awards also, some of which very few Kenyans own. Tell me more about the global one, the global award.
That happened recently, in January. It was in Bangkok, the Global Change Makers Award as a change maker. So it is a leadership award for my role. I have served the association as a Secretary General before becoming the chairperson today. And whatever you can see in the country, the TVET song that is being sung in the country, I participated in drafting the TVET strategy Kenya. So that was the time that everybody was going for degrees. Everybody was just going to a university. And I was campaigning on media and everywhere telling people that we are mass producing joblessness because we are producing people for degrees for jobs that do not exist.
Yes.
So producing so many people without skill. And that was one of the undoings of the former administration that have elevated most of the technical institutions into universities. So everybody was going for a degree. If you'd start in this city in the evening, you'd see thousands of people coming from classes. And then they realized the more the papers I have, I'm still not getting a job.
There's no job for you.
Because the future of work is skill. Why somebody will buy Wake Money tomorrow? Okay. It is the skill that you have.
Yes.
Or myself is a skill that I have. So Kenya was able to listen and we were able to work together with the experts that had been hired by government. We drafted the TVET Act 2013. We came up with KNQ. We came up with CDAC. And basically now the country is thinking.
How I see that? CDAC was what?
It is the Examination Council for TVETs.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Mmesikia hiyo? Haya.
And we actually released the first ever results for the TVET sector last week. The first ever. The way results za KCPE are released, za KCSE. So TVET results were released the first ever by Honorable Machogu. last week.
Which is a very good thing.
It's a very good thing because we are not only looking. I remember we used to have these conversations during the drafting of the TVET strategy, and I remember telling people we are not only looking for producing labor for Kenya, we are producing labor to export globally.
Yes,
and exactly that is now what we are doing, exporting skilled labor.
Guys are going. I've had so many guys are leaving the country. Usually, a friend of mine also left. But when you talk about also us developing skills and na tumezisomea hapa, what is wenye sasa washasomea sai wenye walisoma maybe let's say like 10 years ago, what is the solution for them?
The solution for them is what we call upscaling, to go back and improve in a modern way, because kama sahi Wakemani 10 years ago ulisoma kutengeneza radio,
fisheries and animal husbandry yeah, wako hapa nje hapa
ulisoma kutengeneza radio. Sahi what needs repair ni hii kitu, so you need to go back and upskill and accept and adapt to the rapid changes that are happening.
Okay,
most of the careers in the next 10-15 years will be phased out.
Munasikia wenye mnatengeneza saa town, kuna watu wanatengeneza masaa Casio. Mtu mpaka, do you remember the watch called Casio? Somebody is still making it in town up to date. Surely. Anyway, that is nice. So I would want to know also something about your background. Where you grew up by both parents?
Yes.
Wako mpaka sahi?
Unfortunately, my mom is late. She slept to eternity during COVID, but not out of COVID. She was ailing for a while. Okay. And ni vizuri you watch what you eat. She slept to eternity via diabetes.
Hey, Scary. May her soul rest in peace.
She was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful woman of God.
That is yes. And Dad is still there?
Yeah, Dad is there, alive and kicking.
That's
and very strong.
Amazing.
Yes, he's almost 80.
Hata yeye anakuangaliaga hivi anasema shwali. So much praise for me. Ulisomea wapi primary?
Primary, I went to Getuge Primary School, a polling station in our neighborhood, Getuge Primary School.
Getuge.
Yeah.
How was life growing?
Growing up, you know, now were the days where only watoto wa walimu walikuwa wanavaa viatu tukienda shule. Yes. Kwani wewe ni Bontao? Wewe ni wa group of schools?
Sisi wote mpaka mwalimu anatunyang'anya viatu, akiona unavaa viatu vizuri kumshika.
Exactly, unaambiwa utoe uweke pale.
Uweke pale. So I am surprised that you also went through that also.
Yes, exactly.
You would walk to school or
unaenda bila viatu alafu you expect
school bus ni ngumu sana. So what are the challenges that you went through in your...
And I grew up in the village where tea picking was every day. I think we should do a trip. I show you how to pick tea leaves.
You also know how to pick?
Exactly, that's what we used to do.
Before you go to school?
No, of course you don't do it before you go to school. The school itself, by the way, Wakemani, it had tea bushes. So I went to school whereby in the morning, mwalimu wa agriculture anasema mkuje na jebe. Mwalimu wa science anasema mkuje na paga. The teacher on duty anasema mlete ashes. The headmaster anasema mlete sawdust.
Na uko na bag pia?
Si ugoje.
Ya nani?
Alafu the board chair anasema mkuje na basket for tea picking. So you're going to school carrying all those things. You know, you're looking at me as if it's a joke.
No,
it's true.
Yeah.
So in one day, mnaenda you pick tea leaves na kunanyesha. You know, tea leaves have more kilos when it is raining.
Yeah.
So that is the time that you do it. So uniform iko.
Imelo.
Then mnatoka hapo, mnaenda supro. You know, do you know what is supro? Hey.
Atijui supro. Hiyo nani sababu. Labda ukisema la je.
So supro ni weevils, beans and maize boiled together.
Inaitwa supro.
Inaitwa supro.
Sisi tunaleta nyoyo. Unataka nivele tu sasa nyinyi mko hii pande nyingine, sisi tulikuwa hii pande nyingine.
Yes.
Nyoyo, yes.
Then from there now you go, umegawiwa line yako ya kulima kwa shule. Then na ile boga mnalima.
Hii ni sangapi yake?
Goja. Ile boga mnalima, hiyo ndio inapikiwa walimu. Si yenu.
Nyinyi supro.
Na viazi. Then from there you get home. you find your mother alikuwa amegawa mahali unafaa kulima. So what happens? Unaenda sasa unalima ya mamako. Then on your way home, you took time. Na kuna mama fulani alikuona ukicheza na vijana kwa barabara. I grew up with boys. So what do you expect?
Utapitia mzunguke mpande miti.
Tutapanda miti, tutacheza boli, uonekane. So by the first thing, that thorough beating that you get, then you get to school, you find Mrs. Wagura, she saw you playing around with boys.
Alikuwa
anakugoja tu. So I think it was child abuse.
Hiyo ni child abuse. Kwa sababu honestly, unajua hata mimi kuna siku mtu ashainibebesha nini? Maji. Hizi ndoo. Tunaenda
talk of water.
Yeah.
Ashes, water ya kumwaga kwa class ndio mfagie. Now listen to this story. One of and it's a true story.
Na utaje maji.
I hope he will forgive. No, the Jamas, the father was a manager kwa tea factory. Our home is next to the tea factory. So akaambiwa, see, it's mandatory you bring ashes.
Yes.
So the boy innocently lifted his hand and said, unajua mimi siwezi pata ashes, kwetu tunapika na gas.
Which is very true.
Which was very innocent. Mwalimu alimwangalia, I don't care whether that gas today will give.
Kijana katolewa hapo very fast.
Very fast.
Haki.
Kijana sasa tukaanza bullying. You know now that was introduction of bullying. Because one of us would bully him.
Yeah.
Ukimwona tu break time unamwambia.
Unakawasha gas. And you know it is so true, by the way.
It's so true. Kama mwalimu nilisikia ni kama alikufa.
Kama mimi.
May he is so rest in peace.
Man. Hata mimi kuna siku, okay, as you say, cool kid. Hata mimi before niingie kwa hiyo maisha ya ushago hiyo, tulikuwa cool kids. Tulikuwa cool kids sana hapa some place called Satellite. Went to a school yenye tulikuwa tunalipa 30,000 per term.
Hey, cool kid.
30,000. Na tukuwa ngapi?
Group of schools.
As unfortunately, hata pia mimi mama yangu akakufa na nini? Diabetes.
Oh, sorry.
You know, by the time you die from diabetes, by the way, you hata tuongelee kidogo. It has drained your father like nothing. Yani,
and your family.
And your family.
It is emotionally and mentally.
Yes. Wacha sasa, baba akasema, sasa nyinyi watoto wangu wema, leo mnaenda Kakamega. I was bullied by my teacher. Just because of how you ongea. I do not understand how it works. But I feel that sometime now we can laugh at our pain.
Yes.
But it was not okay. So you went to high school, sasa ukatoka hapo ukaingia wapi?
Kutoka hapo high school sasa sidio nikakuja Nairobi na nikasoma Kijerumani.
Ukasoma Kijerumani.
Now by the grace of God we can speak English. You know, we learned English ile ya in Kikuyu.
But
maize and
the maize.
Yes.
Yongo balikuwa na gaji ile ya mwalimu witu teacher.
Newe ka uru bad. Newe na children. Chibie mogoda garden. And you see, for us it was true. Because we are going to farm in the school's garden. And also there is a manager fulani who was a classmate. Every time I see him on these streets, sitamtaja jina nisimchomee sana. It was Monto time. We had a headmaster who was tough. So deskmate wake alikuwa analia. The deskmate was crying. So now see, it was week year English. Week year English, you must respond in English. So the headmaster comes and asks, why is so and so crying? So the guy is like, now what do I say?
How do I explain?
Akajua, now this one I will say it in English. Monto haiwezi nifikia. Akasema ati ni kurioninda.
Yani tulikuwa tunateseka. Yani kizungu yenyewe ilikuwa inatusumbuaga sana, by the way.
Imagine.
Is it because the teachers ama sisi ndio labda tumelelewa ushago?
You know, right now our children have it easy because the parents can speak English. So you can imagine you were raised by illiterate parents who, I was lucky, at least my dad wasn't. But you're raised by parents who have never gone to school.
Yes.
The society itself does not even embrace
English first.
Yes. The only person who can speak English is your primary school teacher, who is also speaking broken English.
Like chief pia kwa anaongea kizungu.
Mimi hata sikuwaisikia chief wetu akiongea kizungu.
Chief haongea kizungu.
but sitasema, unajua he still alive, asione hii video.
Ulienda ukaongelea huko?
Ukaongelea maneno yetu.
Yes, that is very true.
Yeah.
So here, the one you've told me is the Global
Change Makers Award.
Global Change Makers Award. Which other one have you gotten, which is also big?
I think all of them are big. All of them are big. But I have Ambassadorial Code of Order from the UN World Council as the National Peace Ambassador for Education. Yes, I have 2019, I got the Education Advocacy Award for my work as Secretary General.
Okay.
And this year, I've been nominated as the Women of Excellence Awards for the same Education Advocacy for my work as chairperson. Wow. I hope you'll vote for me.
I have voted.
Oh, you have voted?
The one which...
I think I need to see. I can't trust a comedian.
No, the one that way. I also told people to vote.
Yes, there is that one.
Yeah.
And then I've gotten the Iconic Woman Award as a great leader this side of Africa, from New Delhi, India. I've also gotten the Leader of the Year Award in 2022 for my leadership role as Secretary General.
Yeah?
Yes.
Leader of the Year Award.
Yes.
That is amazing.
I've also gotten an award as the Career Coach of the Year. Same. I've mentioned I'm a career coach.
Yes.
Those are some of the courses that I did during COVID season. So, and I've coached so many young people on the direction of the careers to take. I've mentored so many. I've spoken in so many platforms across Africa, both youth, women, and leadership conferences. I've also won the World School Summit Award in Dubai. It was an award for my contribution in international education, because you see, we train German. That's quite unique.
Yes.
From this side of the world, and our students are able to make their way to Germany. So I've also won Top Score Brad Status Awards and Star Brad Award, Brad of the Year Award, and also Public Speaker of the Year last year.
Oh, public speaker.
Yeah, the upcoming female speaker in Africa.
Yes. I would really like to be trained on public speaking. What if anybody wishes to even to know more about public speaking and to be able to do whatever you've done, how can they reach you? Is it like you have a school for public speaking now?
No, I am a speaker.
You're just a speaker?
I am a speaker.
Okay.
Na yangu ilianza na kiherehere.
Aje sasa.
I found myself, I never missed in the noisemakers list in school. Because I always had something to say and to tell a crowd. So I would always sit my desk mates, giving them theories. If it's a poem, building the nation, I'm explaining what it means until it got me a suspension.
You studied about emotional intelligence. What is it about? How is it? Just give us an overview.
Emotional intelligence is a very important skill. Why we go to school is to sharpen our IQ and to improve ourselves. But what sustains us every day with people at a place of work is emotional intelligence. How you're able to manage your emotions. And there are several pillars of emotional intelligence. I will talk about 3. There is self-awareness, being aware of your sad emotions, your happy emotions, being aware of your triggers, and there is self-regulation. That you can restrain yourself even when somebody annoys you. Instead of giving them a punch, you can be able to hold yourself. You can restrain yourself, Wakimani, when you see a beautiful girl who does not belong to you and you're like, I can't do this because I have my own personal philosophy. That's self-regulation. That's emotional intelligence. Then there is the social skills that you can be able to relate with people of all levels. The high end, without glorifying them, relating with them at their level, your peers, and also people who are way below you. And you can be able to sustain relationships and friendship.
Which is the greatest weakness that Kenyans have, actually.
Because of lack of emotional intelligence. I should be able to read your mood. And I'm like, no, I don't need to get into that because you have emotional intelligence. It's a wide topic. It's a wide thing to learn, to be able to understand your happy, your anger, your also to stay motivated. Yes. What motivates you as a person, what demotivates you, and the environment that you're in.
And is that something that makes people, that is what makes people depressed and makes people end up depressed.
And also even make people lose jobs. Because if I don't have emotional intelligence, the T girl will do something. Instead of viewing things from their perspective, I'm gonna give them a hot slap, and that will I'll find myself in court. For assault.
Assault, because now you overreacted on something.
Yes. And also not being able to understand yourself or even self-regulation. And that is even what sent so many people to jail. That wewe umenikasirisha. Poo, I hit you here. Kumbe you are epileptic and you're gone. That's a murder. And I was just not able to control my anger.
Yes.
Or I come and fight my boyfriend with another girl. Crime of passion.
Hiyo nayo ndio imelemea Wakenya wengi.
Langata, the next minute. Emotional intelligence. Just being able to view things from the perspective of the other person and to control your emotions. And also to balance your life. To live you. It's also another big challenge for most people. Self-awareness. Where am I as a person? What can I be able to do as a person? Why should I wait? Why shouldn't I say what I am not? Self-awareness. Being comfortable with you. By the time you get to that level, that's the level one of my professors used to say, the phallic stage. That you've gotten to a level of nothing is huge in this life.
Kuna kitu inaweza kushtua.
Hakuna. Uko tu sawa. You're comfortable with power. You're comfortable with achievements. Yes. You're comfortable with what you don't have. You're comfortable with what you have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right now, speaking on that, what are you planning next?
What am I planning next?
Yes. Because for me, I think nikishafika hata hapo penye tu umefika hapo kwa hizo awards, I retire. I go back to Udhaya, nakaa sasa naingia WhatsApp, sasa kazi yangu ni kuambia tu watu mnaendelea aje? What is your
speaking to women, inspiring women and young people all over the world. That's what I'm looking at.
Do you have a foundation?
I'm looking at doing that. The next thing is Dr.Ekrah Foundation.
Dr.Ekrah Foundation.
Yes.
Yes, because I think I was speaking to my colleague yesterday. His name is Eric Omondi. And he told me he knows you very well.
Yes.
I went to do my homework and he told me he knows you very well, and you've really changed their lives in a way that whenever you speak to somebody, it goes straight to the heart. How if you can open a foundation, then it would be really,
it will amplify the voice and it will amplify the impact.
Yes.
Yeah, that's something that I'm looking into doing. And not even looking, actioning. Looking is vague.
Which is very nice. By the way, there is an award we saw you winning. It is a very coveted award, the iconic award.
Yes.
Please explain to us what is it. Alafu pia kuna ingine ya ile ulishinda na Reverend Julian. Please explain to us what those, just give us the names of the awards and then what they mean.
The Iconic Woman Award, it's an award that I got from International Women of Parliament, India. It's they're based in Asia, and they recognized my work and my impact to women, empowering women across Africa. I have spoken in many platforms, Global Women of Character Summit in Lesotho, in South Africa, online, everywhere, just mentoring women. Yes. Then this one that you're talking that we won alongside Reverend Julian Killer is Vessels of Virtue Award for the same, for my impact and for my inspiration to women leadership.
Why are you so passionate about women?
Why am I passionate about women?
Yeah.
Number one, because I am a woman.
Yes.
Number two, perhaps is because I never grew up with a sister. So I have to keep on looking for sisters all over.
Oh.
So in the process, yes, because you see, I'm the last born and the only girl in the family. So I grew up without a biological sister. So I have to look for sisters left, right, center. In the process of looking for sisters left, right, center, that's what I'm impacting. Yes.
What are they so far? Which are these main challenges that you feel women are going through, and addressing them is becoming difficult?
Number one is a lot of women have the challenge of imposter syndrome. By the time they get to leadership, they are like, they want to pinch themselves. Is this me? Am I really the one? No, you're a leader because you're qualified. I also don't even like it when women say, I am a female CEO, I am a female CG, I'm the only female. So when you started this show, you started by saying our first ever female. Now, I think you're hosting a guest.
Yes, I'm getting you now. I'm getting you.
You get where I'm coming from?
Yes.
So I think it's important that women get to understand that we are never competing with men. That's out of question. Because these are our sons, they are our brothers, they are our dads. What we are doing is what God gave us to do. And God gave women influence. And allow me to delve into Christianity because that's my side of faith.
Have your way.
And during creation, God created Adam. Adam was very peaceful and was just walking around
the garden.
Then God created the woman for him, according to what we read.
Yes.
Isn't it?
It is.
Or according to what we have learned in theology.
Yeah.
But this woman was able to convince him. Ojai. That is influence. That is exactly the work of women, to influence. We don't want to influence to that side. But wherever you are, you need to be a vessel of influence and positive influence. If you look at all the examples, look at Esther, was able to convince a whole king to forgive when he wanted to kill the Jews. How? Influence. Look at the story of Abigail, the same. Influence. The story of Jesus, when he had refused to heal one child, then a woman came crying. And when you look, most of the miracles he did is where there were women. So women were able to influence.
Unasema penye watu walikuwa wanaume wengi, nasema hapa.
Hapana. Mahali alitenda miujiza mingi sana ni mahali palikuwa wana.
I've never thought about that, by the way.
Go and do your homework. Because they were able to influence even the Son of Man. So we were created for that. And that is what we should focus on, to influence positively. It is not to compete with men. It is not to take into their space. And otherwise, if it is to compete, if you go to PhD class, master's class, the number of women in those classes are usually 3/4. But when you get out here, the number of C-level positions, you don't see women. Why?
What happens? I'm sure you must be
That's
having
your homework. That's your homework.
Yeah, because you see, you're now challenging me and I'm like, yeah, but that's true.
Yes, because until you get to understand your position, that you're not getting this leadership position so that you can shake your shoulders and tell people, I am a woman, or you're responding to me because I am a woman. That is why in leadership as a woman, emotional intelligence should be your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner. So that you're able to see things from a rational perspective, not from an emotional perspective.
Yes.
You don't take your tears to the boardroom. No one cares. You take your reason. In the boardroom is finish crying. What is your point?
Yes.
Whatever you say in a sober manner is the point. It is not how much you cry. So all of us in leadership, we also need to learn from lawyers. They are able to argue in court without calling each other names.
And they talk about the constitution and you wonder, hey, this guy cannot be emotional, and we're talking about a murder case here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is emotional intelligence. Yes.
Speaking about the youths again, there is a large number of youths out here who are thanking Dr. Ekrah when I was going through your profile and I was going through every other, I know even some of them are my colleagues. What is this that you have done to impact the youth's lives?
Of course, I've done a lot of mentorship for young people. And as you mentioned, you told me that Eric told you that he knows me.
Yes.
I was able to impact their family because their sister was my German student, and I was able to help her make her way to Germany. She lives in Germany, and many other young people.
Oh, that one.
Yes, Irene.
I know Irene.
Yeah. Na hamun kuniitia keki ya mzugu, sawa tu.
Lazima.
Niko na beef.
Naenda kushika huyo kija. Eric.
Then of course many of your colleagues akina Mtumishi, Sugar Boy, those are my students.
Sugar Boy is now even a radio presenter.
Yeah, he's a radio presenter at Radio Maisha. I met him at Nakuru High School. I had gone for mentorship Nakuru High School. There used to be very good youth programs. I was a sponsor for HIV free generation campaign. Jipange. Si ulikuwa umezaliwa?
Najua Jipange.
Unajua Jipange?
Nimeona kwa poster. Remember the
poster. Umeona kwa poster uja participate. So that tells me how old you are. So
Limalize kisiasa kabisa.
I was a mentor. So that's how I met akina Mtumishi. That's how I met akina Sugar Boy.
Okay.
And they came to German Institute. They were my students, taking IT and encouraging them. They used to make a lot of fun. Akina DJ Charles. DJ Charles is my student also. And so many are spread across the world.
That is nice.
Yes.
Hiyo jambo hata mimi lazima nisome Kijerumani.
Lazima.
Nimejaribu hii Faransa hapa.
Kijerumani ndio rahisi. Naona mwalimu.
Guten Morgen.
Ndio mimi.
Guten Morgen.
Abu? Guten Morgen. Yeah, Guten Morgen. Wacha kuongeza Kijaluo. You say it simply. Guten Morgen. Haya. Ich heiße Wakemani.
Iko na H?
Ich heiße Wakemani.
Ich heiße Wakemani.
You can speak. Yes.
Where do you live?
Wo wohnst du?
Hiyo lugha naweza isoma.
Utasoma?
Wo wohnst du?
Yes.
Hiyo naweza ngangana nayo. The fees is
very affordable. Yes.
Utaka
kwenda Ujerumani, Deutschland.
That's nice. Akia, tunashukuru sana kwa kuwa na sisi hapa siku hii ya leo. It is a great honor to have you, and we really hope to have you more and more on the show, because this is a show ya youths, and if there is one thing that they can get is an inspiration, and if you can give it to us, we will really appreciate. Sindio?
To our young people, we encourage you. I know you are the generation of having fun. Be careful as you have your fun, because fun is the first 3 letters of the word funeral.
Allah! Watoto leo mwanze kutuma M-Pesa. Hiyo ni school fees sasa. That is nice. Thank you so much. So, Daktari, as we conclude, I would just want you to face this camera na uambie, hi guys, this is Wakemani Podcast. Continue watching.
Hallo, guten Tag. Hier ist Wakemani's Podcast. Bitte weiter schauen.
Bitte weiter schauen. Umesikia hiyo? Kwaheri. Tunakatia.
Auf Wiederhören.
Yeah.
No, tuwaambie na Kijerumani. Aya. Angalia hapa. Sema auf Wiederhören.
Auf Wiederhören.
Tschüss. Si choose ya CEO. Choose. Kaulimi hivi.
Aje?
Choose.
Kibuta nimaliza jameni.